Hello, this is the trade site U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview and Domestic Economic Data Roadmap for the week beginning Monday the 25th and ending Friday the 29th of March 2019. The key to this week is what? The one thing to focus on is that this is the end of the quarter. Friday is literally the last trading day of the quarter. We've got Saturday and Sunday next week, and then we come back to April 1st, April Fool's Day on Monday. So this is it. So we talk about end of month, end of quarter statement, window dressing statements. Friday is going to be that day. It's going to be a dead day. They'll probably have everything where they want it to print the statements, get their bonuses if they get any, and that's it. Here's a look at the ES front month futures contract. This is the daily chart of the broad market in futures form. And as you can see, we've been obviously on the rise up since January 1st. It'll be a positive quarter, so they'd like to probably hold it here and get their bonuses paid. Having said that, we're back under the risk line from that 13 sell signal. And you know, sitting where we were about a month and a half ago, so we haven't really done much. Here's a look at the crude oil number down 17 cents on Friday, 58.87. Gold down 50 cents. S&P cash index loses 54.17 on Friday. Nothing pretty there. NASDAQ 100 down 167.21. The SOX loses 41.46. Remember, this had the 13 sell signal the other day, and now dropping from that. The biotechs threatening 2 or 3 month lows of the year, really, almost. And just a couple days up at the beginning of January, I guess, but mostly for where the content was, mostly it could be under the lows of the year pretty quickly here. Russell 2000 down 56, also not very pretty. The VIX gains $2.85 to 1648. That's better for us from a trading perspective. Had a couple nice winners, by the way, this week on Thursday and Friday in stocks. The trend closes at 1.60. That puts the 10-day moving average at 1.02. NASDAQ volume has been pretty consistent for the last 3 days, 2.5 billion shares. Advanced decline ratio on the NASDAQ on Friday, negative 1983. That's the worst so far this year, and it's one of the 4 worst of the last year overall. So I'm saying worst since January 1st, but 4th worst of the last 12 months. On the New York, it was down 17, or negative 17.17. Google loses 28.48. Google has been a big winner so far this year, up about 24% since January 1st. Apple down 404. Netflix down 16.86. Amazon down 54.49. Tesla down $9.49. This thing's approaching lows and does not look good overall. Facebook down 174. Goldman Sachs, we made some good money here, down 562, and there's potentially more to come if you break into that gap, obviously. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, up $1.91. All right, in terms of intra-day action, first of all, on Friday, you can see we gapped down and went lower, but let's switch it because it's the weekend report. Look at 10-minute candles. So you can see the whole week, we're negative for the week. So Monday, we gapped up a little. I think we filled the gap, but we ended up closing just higher than when we opened. Tuesday, we gapped up. Went both ways and then closed about even from the prior day and filled the gap. Wednesday, pretty flat, banged around, closed slightly negative. Thursday, small gap down, then rallied, closed at the high of the week, basically, or the high close of the week. Friday, gap down and kept going lower and closed at the low of the week. NASDAQ side, not much different, and there you have that. Actually, NASDAQ didn't close at the low of the week, though. That is the difference there, so keep that in mind. But we did obviously sell off a bit on Friday. All right, in terms of economic data coming out this week, here we go. We've got Monday, the 2 Fed members speaking. Tuesday, a Fed member speaking. Housing starts and building permits at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. The housing price index at 9. Consumer confidence at 10, along with the Richmond Manufacturing Index. We go to Wednesday. Current account and the trade balance. The trade balance number can be big an hour before the bell. Crude oil inventories an hour in. A lot of Fed members speaking throughout this week. That's the one thing I keep saying. Thursday, GDP, the final number an hour before the bell. The weekly initial and continuing jobless claims numbers. Pending home sales 30 minutes into the market. Natty gas an hour in. And then on Friday, PCI price, or sorry, core PCE price index. Personal income and spending at 8:30, that's an hour before the bell. Chicago PMI 15 minutes in. New home sales and consumer sentiment 30 minutes in. And again, like I said, the big key here is what? Friday is end of quarter. So we probably won't see a lot of action on Friday as we print those statements. Charts, as usual, brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple of weeks. Have a great trading week.